Conversations powered by Just Talk and Will Edwards.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. This is going to be an awesome show.
I'm excited.
We have also Lisa Listen, who is also a major player in this game.
She
is not in the studio today.
No.
I'm here to save you. Lisa cannot save you today.
How am I gonna? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do? Lisa, come back.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
All right. I think I can make it.
Lisa's spending some time. It is her mother's birthday today.
Oh,
so
happy birthday, Mom.
to Midge. Happy birthday to Midge.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday,
Yes,
Mom.
and we have a super duper special guest in the house.
Yes.
We have Cherie Hunter in the house.
Cherie, how are you? Welcome.
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Cherie is my baby sister.
What?
Yes.
That I am, and I'm very proud.
She is Cherie
Very
Farrell
nice.
Hunter.
Nice.
And so Cherie actually is in town for a very super duper special occasion. Before
Yes.
we even announce the topic for the show, let's have a little fun.
Okay, go.
Let's also say we have a studio audience today.
Oh!
We've got Jesse Farrell Sr. and we
Wow.
have Pamela Farrell,
Man.
who's also my baby sister, in the house. Look
Up
at
in
her.
the house.
Smile, sir.
Thank
Smile,
you,
sir.
guys. Smile.
You're on candid camera.
Smile, man. Love it.
Also,
the family's here.
we have an extraordinary phenomena.
Yes.
Because he knows it,
Uh-oh.
he is our director.
Oh.
Scott Whitney's in the house.
Ah,
Hey,
thank you.
Scott.
Can we see Scott on camera?
Can we see?
Can we see
There he
Scott
is.
on camera?
There he is. Wait, oh, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Here he comes. There he is.
There
he is.
there he is.
Look at him moonwalking.
That was great. That was great.
Wow.
You know what, Scott? I'm going to tell you
That
like
was
they would
pretty
tell
good.
you. I'm going to tell you like they would tell you in Will's neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
Gone with your bad self.
Well done,
Go
sir.
with
I second that.
Well done, right? That was pretty good.
So we're having way too much fun.
Too much fun.
Before
But we have a great topic today.
Super topic, but I do want to do one more announcement.
Go.
I have an incredible. His name is Jesse.
Okay.
It is my uncle Jesse. He is my mother's baby brother.
Yes.
My uncle Jesse was a legend in this town.
Oh, wow.
His nickname or stage name, nickname,
Yeah.
whatever, Huck, H-U-C-K, Huck Daniels.
Oh.
Jesse Daniels just passed just recently on December 4th.
Sorry to hear that.
And he is one of my super favorite uncles, or our super favorite uncles, and he did so much for the town. One quick story. Did you know, back in the day, do you remember when Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes.
and players like that used to play this town?
Of course.
When Sammy first played this town, were they able to come in the front door, or was there another door?
You know there was other
Back
doors.
door.
There was
Back
other
door.
doors,
Back
girl.
door.
I just recently
front door.
learned, and I did not know this. Do you know Sam Boyd, who's a big player in our town?
Yes.
With the Boyd Group and all of that,
Yes.
all the hotel casinos, Stardust, and a number of others that he's created?
Yes.
Sam Boyd loved my uncle, and he called my uncle and asked him to come and play in all of his casinos.
Really?
Yes, back
Wow.
during the time when Sammy Davis Jr. was obviously a phenom.
Right.
And my uncle says, I will only play if I can come through the front door.
Shut your mouth.
Really?
Shut the front door.
Shut your
That's some cool stuff.
mouth.
Shut the front door.
And obviously,
Sam Boyd said to my uncle, because you are Huck Daniels, because you are who you are,
open that door.
you
Open
can
that-
come in the front door.
open the
And he
door.
allowed Jesse Daniels to walk in the front door and play in his lounges when Sammy Davis Jr. was coming in the back door to play.
Incredible.
Wow. That is a great
Incredible.
story.
Is that a great story?
So y'all came here to tear it up a little bit.
We gonna tear down.
Y'all
the
gotta
house.
tear it up a little bit
We got,
in honor
we got blood
of
in the
Huck.
family.
You gotta tear it up a little bit. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes, we do.
Because that is some good history right
No,
there.
that's huge. And
That's huge history.
And I won't go long on this. And I don't want to spend too much time
Go
on it
ahead.
because it's not about me. It's about all of us. But Richard Pryor, my great-grandmother and Richard Pryor's father are brother sister. So we got some Pryor in the house too
We
that
have
did a
some
lot
Pryor.
of firsts.
Man.
You know?
You guys are like a
That was great.
you guys are like a genetic cocktail of wonderfulness.
And I'm just trying to see if I can make it as a speaker.
Oh, here it comes, everyone.
You got this.
If you guys have watched this podcast before, you know this is not right.
What do you
This is-
bloody say?
Here it is.
I'm glad you've got a bit of a problem with, man.
Start praying now, folks.
Are you not going to bring out your Dickie
No,
Locks?
I'm not bringing out Dickie Locks because I can't do it with you.
You better bring out your Dickie Locks, or I'm not going to start this show.
I'm looking away. I'm looking away. It's like a
That's
train
really
wreck
good.
about to happen, and you just gotta. You can see it coming, but you gotta look away.
I bloody am asking you to bring.
I'm not bringing it out. So today's subject.
Just a tad bit. Just a tad.
No, all right, fine. So I do a character. His name is Dickie Locks. He's fantastic. He's wonderful. I love him so much. He is on a show called Secret Identity Show. He plays an agent. He's phenomenal. He loves it. He's fantastic. He's fantastic himself. He's trying to get all of his clients to be better and to do better and be wonderful. And that's where I get it from.
There has never been another self-respecting Southerner. You're one of the best Southerners I've ever had. That is one brilliant
Really?
British accent.
This is what I have to go through once a month.
No, that is
this
a
right
brilliant,
here.
sir. That is a brilliant accent. I just want to let you know that all of us down in South Texas, we love those British.
This is why I call Lisa Listen and do my sessions and stuff because of this.
Yeah, everybody else get 3 sessions a month. He gets 6
I got
sessions a
6
month.
sessions a month just because of this.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, fair enough. So let's start this show.
Let's do
here.
it.
So let's before we do, tell us a little bit about Will the Entertainer. You have a lot of things going on.
A lot of things going on. This in the new year, the Will Edwards Show will be back. We're coming back in March.
Okay.
It's Vegas' only late night variety talk show.
Nice.
I've also created a show called We Funny Comedy Show down at Inspire Theater.
Round of applause for We Funny.
Downtown Las Vegas. And we're going on January 8th at 8:30 doors open, 9 o'clock the show starts, 1 year anniversary.
Nice.
Very
nice. Round of applause for that.
excited
Round of
about
applause for
that. And I have my own accessory line called Squareware by Will Edwards.
There
I
it
make
is.
pocket squares
There it
out
is.
of recycled materials and other materials. So I take shirts and make pocket squares. Check us out. And
Nice.
wait, we're going to be launching something new
What is
in
that?
the new year.
Here,
It's called.
I can't talk
about
what
it.
is it?
New
What is
year.
it?
It's not that, sir. But I'm doing not
Sir,
that. That's
you
between
can't
me.
hear,
That's
but our
between me and my
director-
wife.
Our director is telling, Will step back from the mic.
No, it's not. It's not that. But I am starting a consulting firm for men who want to up their style. It's called
Nice.
We Styling.
Nice.
And I'm going to be doing some style,
Nice.
some styling stuff for the everyday man.
Very nice. I like it. I like
like
it.
that.
Cool beans.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
Thank you. A lot of stuff happening.
And
Yeah, good
Sheree,
move.
Sheree, tell us what is your profession, and now the reason why you're on the program is because we wanted the female perspective. We wanted, and in Lisa's absence, you are stepping in the game, and we want when we announce our topic, we know that you're going to bring some secular. What's the word?
Secular, yes.
Yes, that word, value to the program.
Yes.
But tell us first, what do you do and how do you help people?
So I work in the mental health field. I've been in the mental health field for over 20 years. I am currently in my master's program, but reaching for the stars.
You better reach, girl.
I'm thinking
Yes.
about becoming a psychologist.
I'm thinking about, I think I got some folks that you can help right now on the show.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
I like it.
Okay, so we're going to see if we can work this out. I'm going to try and fill some pretty big shoes on my sister-in-law. So we're going to see how this thing works out.
Let's see what happens.
Nice. All right, so let's do it. I love it. So we're all on board. Our topic today is really, really, really good. I really like this.
This is a hard one.
Yes, how to say it really is. Actually, we're going to give 3 critical tips on how to say no.
Whoa.
So basically,
Don't just throw it out like that.
yeah,
This is a big deal.
it is, and we're not
That's
going
a
to give
hard one.
but we're not going to give up the tips yet.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about a lot of people will end up saying yes when they really want to say no.
It's true.
This is
Like it happens a lot,
Right.
And it brings anxiety, it brings frustration, it
Stress.
brings stress. It costs resources, oftentimes that you may not have to bear or share at the time. So, what about you, Will? Can you share a time or times in your life when you had a difficult time saying no, and you end up either saying yes or very difficult time getting that no out when you knew at the time it wasn't right for you or them or the situation?
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Here's you know what? I'm trying to think back on a time when that has happened. But what I really communicated when I saw that this was our topic for the day, I realized that it's so difficult
Right.
because you know, I'm a people person.
Right.
I love people.
Yes.
I love the relationships that I've created with people. And so when someone comes to you and say, hey, listen, we'd love to have you come out and do this thing.
You want to say
I don't know.
Yeah,
I want to say no
Right.
because I know that I have so many things going on myself. But at the same time, it's that relationship that I'm afraid I might not be able to keep going.
You
if
might
I say
damage.
no.
You might damage. And so don't you think that that's pretty epidemic? Think about what you do for a living. In your world,
It is.
everyone wants you to say yes in your world.
They do.
How do you find when Cherie, when you're in your world and you're doing your thing and you're in a zone and you're making it happen?
Yeah.
And you know there's a matter that is, you don't have to say the whole matter, but a matter's come up and it is time to say no, and you know it. Where do you stand? How does that hit you? How do you manage it? How do you handle it?
I'm feeling like Will. It's hard, especially when you're in that seat of networking,
Sure.
which is what I have to do in my everyday life.
Sure.
And so
To serve others.
Sure. So when you're networking and telling someone no, sometimes feels really bad, like you're going to sever that relationship, or that you won't be able to. Yes. Or you won't be able to come back and get a favor if you should need something. So
you feel retribution if you should say no. Now
Right.
they're going to shut you down the next time you have a want or a need.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So what do people do about that? Typically, people. You know what? I think a lot of times people they do nothing.
Well, you know what they do? They say yes.
Yeah.
This is what they do. They say yes, and then you're overwhelmed with the number of things that you have to do
To make it happen.
to make that thing happen, and you
Yes.
know, and you know that you can't. I had to stop saying yes. I had
so
to.
many offers and opportunities and thoughts
I
and
had to-
requests.
And you might think that it will shut you down, it will damage relationships, but let me just tell you something. And you're probably gonna agree with me. It really does strengthen things. When you know where you are in life, what it is that you can and can't do, and you communicate to someone in a way that they understand, hey, listen, there's a lot going on right now. I'd love to help you. I can't do what you want me to do. Maybe I can try to help you with something else. It changes things. Now people will look at you and go, at least you know.
Well, you know what?
Exactly.
And I would say handle that with grace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Handle that with kindness. Handle that with respect. Handle that no with grace. And I also believe, and I'm not going to give it one of the tips yet, but I'm going to sneak on it.
I want a tip.
One of the ways is saying no by saying yes.
What?
Okay.
Saying no by saying yes. You may not say yes to the request, but you say yes to what you can accommodate.
That's a good point. Now that's a good point.
I like that.
Let me give it to you. Check it out. Let me unpack this for you, too,
Go.
here. This is cool. And the audience that's
shoot.
listening to this. Let's go back to the Bellagio in the, say, year 2000. I was back. Ooh, the dreamies. Back in 2000, I was a credit executive there, and oftentimes some of the credit executives that I worked with would have a hard time saying no to people, and they would say it in a very abrupt, challenging style. And a lot of those positions come with a great deal of authority and a great deal of power and a great deal of moxie that you have to have. But that doesn't mean you have to be abusive. You can still say no by saying yes.
Sure.
Here's an example. Someone comes in, they apply for credit, and instead of when they come in to see if their credit disposition has been approved or not, instead of saying, I can't give you no credit, you don't have any money in the bank. Even if they don't, why would you say that?
Right.
Why don't you say
Did they actually say, I can't give you no credit?
I have heard it.
Have they said that? Like
yes.
That?
Yes. So so I witnessed that, and what I would do would be this. You're going to be my person coming. I want you to come in the door and ask me for your credit disposition of $100,000 of a credit line.
I've been rejected on this line before, so
You're
I
fair
know
enough.
exactly
So you know
what
how
to
it
do.
feels.
I know exactly
So
what to do here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
Hi, I'm here to find out about my credit line.
yeah, and Will, I want to see what we can do to help that happen for you.
Sure.
But my question is, we need an average banking account that has an average balance in that account for the credit line that you're looking for. So you're looking for a $100,000 credit line.
Yes.
Are you able to supply a bank account that has $100,000 in it on average?
I'm sorry?
Yes. Even you.
Pardon me?
Yeah, you're in a role play. So
Yes, I do.
yes. So then if you'll supply that for me,
Sure.
I can give your credit another look. So I just said no by
Yes.
saying yes. So when he gives me that, now that's one of the components to giving him the credit. So now I can go back and reassess this, and I actually can come back with a yes. But let's play it. Let's say that you don't play it again. Let's play it one more time really quickly.
All right. So I don't actually have an account that has that much in it.
Okay, but how about an account that has 50,000 in it, on average?
Yes.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. All the other indicators tell me that I know you're looking for a $100,000 credit line, but we're looking for the propensity to gamble, which has to be 1.5% to 2% of your average bet to prove that you play the line.
Oh, yeah.
And we look at your consumer credit, which looks good, and I can see you're a player.
Thank you. I'm all over
I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to grant you a $50,000 credit line. See, I just said yes by saying – I said no by saying yes. What did I say no to?
To the 100,000.
To the 100,000.
What did I say yes to?
To the 50,000.
And how'd that leave you feeling?
I would like my check now, please.
That's what I'm talking about. Give me some.
Okay.
So.
You know what's funny about that? If that's not a tip, it should be. But that should be a tip. But here's something that I do that allows me a minute.
Yes.
To think before I agree. I tell them.
Okay. Stop reading.
I didn't even read it.
That's it.
Is that one of your tips?
So what you're going to explain is first tip number one is to stand down. The stand down is a military term that we now use, which is to take a breath, pull yourself back from it, pull out from it, so you can think about it. You don't have to answer on the spot.
And that is what I do. If someone asks me, I will say, you know what? Let me check my calendar. And let me look at a couple of things, and then I will let you know whether or not I can.
Tip number one, stand down.
I was going to say it's all about the delivery also.
It is.
All in
it is
what
about
you
the delivery.
say and how you say it.
Well, I'll go with
how you leave them feeling.
It is how you leave them feeling.
What?
It's what you say.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to throw this on the floor.
That sounds like a book.
It does. It does. By a great author.
Okay, so you say it's all about what you say and how you say it.
Yes.
Right? I'll amen you on that, and I'll also say when you say it.
Timing is everything.
What, and when. Yes. And I totally agree with you on that, Sheree, because I believe that you can say anything you want to anybody as long as you say it in a proper, respectful fashion at the right time.
Or with a British accent.
Oh,
a British accent.
Because you could say anything with a British accent, and everybody's like, "Oh, thank you so much." So sorry, I'm not going to be able to do that today.
Oh, Dickie, I love you,
man.
love
you.
That was good.
Dickie Locks.
Love you. Bye-bye now.
Dickie Locks, I love you now.
Out of the door. I'm getting everyone.
No, but that's really
Get your
good.
English accent on.
I like it. Very good English accent. I also believe it has to do with character, Will. What if your hardwiring has a disposition that's very difficult based on your natural character, your desire? Yeah. Let's take Lisa, for instance. Lisa's character is a white blue on the color code, which means she.
What do you call me?
No, go. Lisa, not you.
Oh, sorry.
No, you would be a different color in the color code. I'm just saying.
Mocha.
You're probably a yellow blue. We'll get to you in a second.
Ooh.
But Lisa's a white blue, which means her first inner core driving motive is inner peace. And anytime someone asks you for something like that, it creates a sense of conflict for you. She doesn't like conflict. She likes inner peace. So it may be harder for her to say no when really it's not good for her. So she has to raise her game to the level of being able to realize that it really isn't a conflict situation.
Sure.
And the best way for her is to take a stand down so she can step back from it, like you just mentioned, point one, and come back to it. Her natural character is to repel that, if that makes sense.
No, I understand.
It does.
And her secondary blue is to be understood. She likes being understood. So those two combinations, whereas my color code is a blue-red. Reds are driven by power.
I can see that.
You can see. Can you see it?
All over you.
Come on, bro. Don't make me.
No, it's all over you.
What is the blue-red?
Blue, I know.
I'm curious.
Blues are motivated by intimate conversations. They like being understood. And reds are motivated by power and getting things done. So power and getting things done, if you hit me with a conflict situation, I'm ready to get after it so I can get it done and keep on.
Right.
Does that make sense? That's my natural character. So it's easier for me to say no than it is for a character like Lisa. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I'm thinking Will is probably a yellow, blue, red, white. Yellows are motivated by fun.
Okay.
Yellows are motivated by fun.
That's good.
And then blues are motivated by being understood. He's very good at that.
Yes.
And he does get things done. So I think his third color is red. I think his fourth color is white. That's what I think his.
I can't. It's hard to say no.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is.
Which
and
brings us back to the theme.
Can I just say something too?
Yes.
even though we know that we can't do it, right? Or we feel that we can't do it, it almost hurts to say no.
Because we're driven by obligation. Sometimes we feel obligated or guilty.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes. For me, that's what it is, obligated or guilty. Like
to fulfill the request, and the no is
absolutely
is what makes you feel like you're not holding up your end of the bargain of the friendship or the wife role.
It feels very negative,
right?
When I think about it.
And funny. You should say that, Will. Does it feel negative when you think about it, Cherie? The no. Does the no feel negative?
It does. Depending. Sometimes. Sometimes.
But you want to know something? If you're able, first off, let's roll off the tips.
Go. Okay? We got tip 1.
Tip number 1, stand down. Step back from it.
Right.
Take some time. Get back to them. Okay, people will allow that. Tip number 2.
Go.
Say yes to what you will do. That's what I already demonstrated.
Which is great. Which is good.
What you will do.
I'm going to use that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Don't say no, I'm not going to do that. Say yes to what you will do.
Right.
Which is the same thing as saying, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
And then the third one is show gratitude for the offer and simply say, no, thank you.
Well,
say show gratitude for the offer of being able to be of service and say, I'm so sorry I won't be able to do that, but thank you for including me on this one. Thank you for thinking about me. Please think about me again.
I ain't thinking about you no more.
You won't be thinking about me, man.
Thinking about me.
What do you think, Will?
You know what? Is it hard? I mean,
Three critical tips.
It's great tips. I think the third one is hard. I think the third one I got to work on myself with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying it's for you guys at home. You might already have this down. But for me personally, I know that I have to work on that.
But that's why we're having this conversation. That's why this is our main topic. 3 critical tips on how to say no. You don't have to use them all. You use the ones that work for you, or the one that works for you. What are your thoughts, Cherie?
I think that you're absolutely right. You know, people have different personalities.
Yes.
So it's all about, according to your personality, which tips that you can use that still make you feel good about who you are.
Right.
And what you do with your life.
Absolutely. And one of the central theme here, in my opinion, is remaining authentic to yourself.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And remaining authentic to those that you care about. And why would you say yes to something you do not want to do? Because when you get there, don't think that won't resonate, that you really don't want to be there, or you really don't want to do that, because it will show.
Yes.
What do you think, Will?
I agree with you.
Unless you're a heck of an actor or actress.
Yeah.
Now
you ain't gonna be that great.
Here's some real woman perspective on it.
So tell us the female perspective, because that's why you are on the show.
When it comes to dealing with specific situations, and I'm just going to go back to raising kids.
Okay.
Sometimes it's healthy to say no because it builds strong character and independence.
And also know it's on you, not on me.
It's not on me.
Because if you don't do that, you know what? Your kids will be 40 years old and still living with you.
living with you with big diapers on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and flip-flops.
Yeah. I think Cherie's got a major point. I believe that in the parenting cycle, if more parents would engage the power of no early on, and we say this, but parents actually do, but they stop after the 2-year-old. I think they stop that if they start to get sucked in because the best salesmen in the world are children.
Oh, yes.
They can sell their parents on many things that they have no
Absolutely.
business. But if you think about it, a 2-year-old's first words, if it's not mommy and daddy, is no.
No, and they use it often.
Yeah, because you've told them that so often. But then as they start to mature and they get into the middle school and the teenage, then we start giving into the pressures and that heavy weight that teenagers put on you for the demand of serve me, pick me, choose me, and we don't say no enough. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes. And this is why I have no children. I have cats.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're just the same.
They're self-serving.
No, they're just the same. They're just the same. They want more food. They want more food. They want to be petted all the time. No. No.
I see that you don't have a hard time with that.
I'm just joking. But you know what? I think these tips are essential to an individual's integrity.
I believe they are too. I believe that the decision tree being yes versus no or no versus yes at critical times becomes what stages the quality of the lives that we live.
And saying
when we
no,
find ourselves saying yes to relationships that we don't belong in, or yes to friendships that are not working, or yes to jobs that are not working,
Yes.
what are we doing to ourselves? We're killing ourselves slowly inside. when we find ourselves saying no at the appropriate times when a matter, a situation, a friendship, a relationship or a job that's not working for you, that's tearing you apart, you're going home and doing other things to medicate whatever that looks like for you.
Yes.
Stop looking at me when you say that.
I'm just saying, right? What do you guys, don't you think that can lead to other abuses?
It does. It creates stress.
Yes.
And the feeling of anxiousness and being overwhelmed, the things that I deal with in my line of work every day.
Sure.
So when you say yes to things that you really should say no to, then that turns into a lot of self-care afterwards.
Yes.
I think that we have to put some power into that no, the way we put power into saying yes.
I believe that when you talk about the power, I would say power and grace.
Right. And I agree with that.
Grace.
Because you don't want to be harsh with people, but at the same time, I do believe that you have to. It's not always negative to say no.
You don't want to be harsh.
Am I right?
Yes.
We talked a little bit about that. In my past, I thought it was so negative, but it's not always negative to say no, because here's the deal: you're gonna say yes, and you're gonna do something half-assed, and it's not gonna be full, and you're not gonna be something that you're committed to. Then you're in what everybody looks at you and goes, that guy didn't even want to be here.
Right, going to dinner with someone you don't want to go to dinner with.
There you go.
Going to support someone at an event that you don't even care for the style of venue that they're in or whatever. You say you don't want to be harsh. You don't, but you want to be sincere.
Exactly.
Because sincerity can be felt no matter what your disposition are. You can feel when people are. And we only have a few minutes left, so I do want to hit another female perspective. You talked about the female perspective from a parent. What about the female perspective of a professional female in business when it's time for her to say no? How about those challenges? We don't have much time left, so I want to get your perception on that. Can that be challenging out there in the world?
That can definitely be challenging, being a woman, period, because we like to say that we've come a long way, but the truth of the matter is that we still have a long way to go.
Right.
So being a woman, period, in the professional world as far as having a career, that right there is hard.
It's something to contend with. You've got to always remember that must be served, and you must find a way to navigate this terrain. Right. Make sense?
Yes, so that's why these tips are good.
Very nice, very cool. I really like.
That's why the tips are good, to know the when, the where, how.
Yes.
And how you should follow these through.
Very nice. I like that. That's cool. That's a great one.
It is.
Talk to me about this. We're going to change subjects really quickly.
Go.
So as we get ready to roll out of here, where can people find you at, Will, if they want to reach out to you real quickly?
My apartment. No, you can find me.
We're not talking about boys in the hood.
You can find me www.thewilledwardsshow.com. You can find me on Facebook as Will Edwards and the show.
Okay.
Squareware by willedwards.com. You can find me, and Squareware on the on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Holy smokes. We Funny Comedy Show.
Very good.
Facebook.
All over the place.
So tired.
All over the place. Good. Well,
yes.
they can find us at iTunes, Apple TV, Roku TV, Stitcher, Google TV, YouTube, RSS feed for sure. Obviously, Facebook, Twitter.
You get around.
We do. We get around. And you know what? The last but certainly not least, they can find us on the Vegas Video Network right here.
Hey, now.
Yeah. Yeah. One word takeaway.
Go.
What is your one word takeaway from this program? One word. Go. Cherie. One word.
Come back to me.
One word.
More than one word. Empowerment. Empowerment.
Okay, I'll say gratitude.
I'll say gratefulness.
Gratefulness. I like it. Okay. So with that being said, those are our cool takeaways, and this is a program that's going to serve a lot of people that are listening, that are watching, that'll come back and watch this time and time again.
Yes.
What I want to do is typically we end our program with it's all about how you leave them feeling. Those that watch the program, they know it. Today, I'm going to change this up just a bit. I should have got an executive order from the boss lady, Lisa, to make sure this is cool, but I know she'll like this. Okay. We're not going to end with how you leave them feeling.
How are we ending?
We're going to end in honor of my incredibly brilliant uncle, the musician and the fine man that he was throughout his 71 years of life. We're going to end our program with a moment of silence.